All right, Michael, thanks for joining us. And it does go down officially as an interception, I guess. Take us through that play. It never did hit the ground. Pass over the middle where Iffy lined up a man, and you were the beneficiary.
I remember that play. It was in cover two. I had drop middle. And it was like, I think it was a boot, and I slipped. So I was a step behind. But I got back up, ran to the ball, just made a play on the ball. I think Iffy made a great play.
Well, he certainly made a pop. And you individually, if my numbers are right, are responsible for 6 takeaways this year. That's 4 picks and 2 fumble recoveries. What's helped you be in position to make those kinds of plays?
Just doing my job, not being selfish, just being what I'm supposed to be, and just giving effort every single play.
So positioning is important. Explain for me what looked like a couple touchdowns where the defensive back, I think once it's Garrett Williams and once it's Iffy, are in perfect position. It looked like, but you're on the field. What'd you see?
One play I just seen another dude make a great play, and then one play I seen a little push off, but he made a great play. I give it to him.
And lastly, the thought about playing a top 5 Notre Dame team next week. How do you approach that?
I'm excited. We're gonna approach it how we approach every game this year.
All right, Mikel, thanks for the time.
No problem.
Thank you, Mikel. I'm Sue. I'm going to take you around the room tonight. We'll start with Matt Hausworth from CNY Central.
Mikel, I'd like to ask you a little bit about, obviously not playing with any fans this year. That that's a difficult thing. But Dino saying that the wives of some of the coaches organized something for guys to kind of get a cheering send off as you got off the bus into the dome. What was that like to just see some fans for the first time in a long time?
It put a huge smile on my face. It was for the seniors, but I was happy just to see people there supporting. That meant a lot, actually.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Mikel. Next, we'll go to Stephen Bailey from 247 Sports.
Hey, Mikel. I know obviously you weren't on the field for that last sequence. You are the only player who we kind of get to ask about it. Like, what was it like to kind of watch that go down? And, what was it like to be around the guys afterward? How do you try and digest that after kind of a hectic game?
It was tough, but we make mistakes. The guys, we just gonna take the good things. It was a closer win. We didn't lose by a lot, but we still took a loss. But we just take the good things out of everything and just use it for next week.
Thanks, Mikel. Next, we'll go to Adam Hillman from the Daily Orange.
Taj had a career high in catches today. I believe he had 13. When you're seeing him, especially coming after 3 weeks, where he didn't have his best 3 weeks, what did you see difference in Taj today, and how do you evaluate his performance?
He was great. He was hungry. Every time he got the ball, he didn't just go down. He went to try to make a play, try to get a first down every time. He was hungry. That's the Taj I know.
Thanks, Mikel. Next, we'll go to Mario Sacco from Channel 9.
Obviously not the outcome you wanted tonight, but what are you going to remember about these seniors and the effort they put in and, not the game that they wanted to end with, but a pretty strong performance?
One thing I remember, definitely like the D-line, they came to play every single game. Like we may not have the record we want to play, but nobody gave up. Everybody stayed on point and prepared to win the game. Like we were like, they came to prepare every game, and they make sure we was in the same position. So we don't slack just because of our record, just because what's going on. They made sure we stayed on point and just came to play.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mikel, thank you. Next, we'll go to Dan Tortora.
Mikel, just what you can say about, obviously the record, not what you guys want it to be, but the fight that was in this team on offense, defense, and special teams across the board, the way that you guys came out in this game and the way that you reacted in your last game in the Dome for the season, and just what you can say about that.
I'm excited. A lot of us on the defense, we young, so a lot of these teams, they got to see us again next year. So we're talking about it. They got to see us again next year.
Thank you.
Mikel, thank you. And for our last question, we'll go to Mike McAllister from Sports Illustrated Syracuse.
Hey, Mikel, I wanted to ask you about the third down defense. It's kind of been an issue all season, but specifically today, got them into a lot of third and long situations, but weren't able to get off the field. What did you see that they were doing, and what were some things that maybe you guys can correct going forward to try to stop that from reoccurring?
I didn't see them do anything like we didn't practice. I guess it just comes down to like everybody, like all 11 players, focusing on the detail of their assignment on that play, on the third down play.
Cal, thank you very much for your time today. Have a good night. We'll see you next week. Thank you.
Thank y'all. Have a good night.
Thank you.